Alright, hello everybody. Welcome back to... Let me move my video camera up here. Welcome back to Sendrith, actually, straight up on P99 Red. I promised somebody in the comments I would come back to this video. I was getting ready to log on tonight, and I was just feeling it. I was feeling like giving this guy another shot. I haven't done it in a while. So for those of you who just started watching me on Corm, I started a ways back on P99 Blue. I got Sendrith here up to level 57 on P99 Blue. And then it kind of petered out, and but on the way that's when I started making videos. I wanted to make solo cleric videos to kind of showcase the spots where a cleric could solo and the strategies to solo. And so that's how it began back in the day. And I started around level 40, and then it petered out around level 57. Around 54 or 55 is when the soloing petered out, but duoing was still going on with enchanters, and I think those are some of my favorite videos that I've made, full stop, from all the videos I've made up to this point. Those cleric enchanter duos, some of them in Plane of Mischief, etc. Maybe a lot of you didn't know that, so there's a lot of videos to check out. And this character I started fresh on P99 Red because I wanted to showcase the cleric soloing also without being twinked. Not that I was twinked on P99 Blue, but I did get some assistance in the form of, some nice pieces of gear, so it kind of twinked. So this is kind of like a solo self-found kind of deal here on P99 Red. I chose red not because I'm interested in PvP, but just because I knew it would be low pop, so any spots I went to should be open so I could easily showcase them, and I wouldn't be tempted to get involved in the market because there is no market pretty much, right? So we're getting back on here, and for those of you, probably a lot of the people who were actually watching this series are probably not seeing this video, but I hope you are, because I had a couple people who were like, hey, we don't really like the Corm videos, can you go back to doing the Sendrith? And like I said, I did promise, so that's kind of what I'm doing right now. We're over here in Field of Bone, and as you can imagine, it was not easy to get here. It was all footwork. And we're in Field of Bone, but we're right at the zone line for Worslick Woods because we're actually doing the giants in the giant fort in Worslick's Woods. And the reason that we're doing those giants is because they can drop forest loops. Remember, this is solo self-found. Now, ideally, we would probably be... Let me see if I have abundant food and drink. I don't remember if we have that yet. Doesn't look like we do. Okay. Ideally, we would be in Unrest. That's probably the ideal spot. The problem was, I was in Unrest for a while. Unrest is such a hot spot that it is one of the spots that on this server is getting frequented by KOSers. So I kind of couldn't do that. So when I do play Cleric, I don't bother buying food. I figure I'll just summon my stuff. Eventually we're going to get Abundant, which will summon 4 at a time. But for now, we'll have to just make do with summoning 1 at a time. We are currently level 25, and we're having a bit of a struggle here at level 25. We've died a few times to these giants, and things go wrong. If they resist too much, we get in trouble. We have to gate. And it is a run. It is a run from that fort to this zone line, which I think is the only really viable zone line for me to use. I should double check that, but I'm pretty sure I checked it back in the day when I last played this character, and that was the case. And so it really sucks when we have to gate, but at least when we gate we don't die. We have died a couple times. We've been too low on mana, actually, to survive. There's really no point in keeping up Divine Ore or Divine Barrier because we don't have Sao, so it's just postponing the inevitable end of our life. Best thing we can hope for is we can root and gate if things get ugly. So, I'm summoning up my food, then we're going to make the run, and then we will buff up. And I'll show you the little camp spot that you've already seen in previous videos if you've been watching the series. And if you haven't, I think you'll find it kind of interesting. It's definitely a dangerous grind. Huh. Interestingly enough, I'm not sure what did or didn't get recorded, but apparently my OBS hotkeys are not working with P99. P99 seems to, when I'm in the P99 window, it does not seem to allow the hotkey messages to get through to OBS, which is very interesting if you're watching Classic. Did you have that issue? Maybe you're running it in full screen mode. Oh, look. It slipped through. I was waiting to zone for so long. So long. Then finally we got the loading bar. But still no success. So I think what didn't get recorded that I was saying is that this is one of the things I definitely don't miss about P99 was that I had a lot more failures with things like zoning. And even when it was successful, it always takes longer than it does on Quorum. Quorum performs way better for me in that regard. But I'm in China, so it could be mostly just me. You know what I mean? So we already waited like 4 to 5 minutes and finally got the blue loading bar. But now it continues to just like do nothing. Anyway, no reason to waste your time with this. Wondering why the hotkeys aren't working. I wonder if I like rebind them with the app open. Will that help? I don't know. I don't think so. I think somehow the app is monopolizing the keystrokes. Alright, well we made it in. And now that P99's running, I want to test whether or not the hotkeys are working. They are not. Yeah, so I have to Alt-Tab over to OBS and then hit the hotkey to get it to work. If I'm still in, what's it called? If I am still in the game, it's undetectable apparently. Oh, what do you know? A Goblin Battlemaster. Gotta be careful not to aggro anything. Trying to get used to the controls here. The way the zooms in and out is is smooth in a way I'm not really sure I like. It's inverted, but yes, this is much smoother, say the least. Third person controls. But you know, not that much smoother. Not that different. People are complaining about it so much. It is smoother, but it's still inverted, which I thought it wasn't. I don't know. Anyway, we got a long run ahead of us. If you look at the way my trees and my ground look, I don't know, maybe you didn't see my previous P99 videos, but I downloaded a texture pack. It's probably applicable to Quorum as well. I just haven't bothered to install it. And I like the extra flair it puts in the colors and whatnot. A custom texture pack. Now, I'm seeing people say stuff out of character. Oh yeah, I forgot. That's because on P99 Red. So yeah, those are some of the things I wanted to say, which I will do while we're running through Worstic Woods here. On P99 Red, out of character is server-wide. So, you can try to sell anything anywhere. But good luck if you have to meet up. Might be a trap. People carry most of the money if they're worried about it. They carry their money in gems. Because when someone kills you, they can loot all the coin you have on you. When I came here, I was 24, so I think I have dinged here off the Giants. If you do like soloing in EverQuest, like Classic era or up to Velius era, this might be a good server for you to consider if you're really interested in strictly soloing, because there is a huge XP bonus. I'm not 100% clear on what it was. I want to say it's a 50% bonus all the time. It could be 100%, but no, I'm pretty sure it's a 50% bonus. But also, if you have friends that would play with you, the grouping has big bonuses too. So every group member you add's adding a nice big fat bonus. That I cannot remember exactly. I'm pretty sure you can find it on project1999.com. Look for the red information. It should have all those technical details listed out there. But yeah, if you want to have a come place for a solo or duo with your friends, not worry about anyone else being there at all, Red's the place to go. But just be aware that there are people who their sole hobby in this game, it seems, is to just try to track people down on Project 99 Red. That's like what they do. So what'll happen is if you come to Project 99 Red, excuse me if you guys have already watched this series, but it's been a while anyway, right? It's worth a interesting, fun little recap. If you come to Project P99 Red and you're in a zone and you... Oh, let's see, what's that? It's a pup, nothing to worry about. If you're in a zone and you see someone zone in, be scared. But the thing is, there's a level range, so people cannot PvP unless they're within, I think it's 4 levels of you, above or below. They cannot attack you unless they're within 4 levels of your level. So what will happen is somebody will cruise around, right, with their character, maybe a high level character, let's say, and they'll visit the hotspot zones. The places I've been ganked are Lower Fadark, killing the sisters, and Unrest. And I'm sure they're hitting up other zones as well to look for prey, right? So they're using one character to check these places out. They will find you there, and then they will try to guess your level range. If you are on Project 99 Red, make sure you are anonymous. Otherwise, people can slash who all's every zone, or who all server, right? And they will find you that way. It is too easy. At least when you're anonymous, they cannot find you unless they are in the same zone. So that's what they're doing. They're going to each zone, hitting the slash enter to see is anybody here. When they find someone there, they might run around to try to get eyeballs on you. Try to see what are you killing. Get an idea. Like when I was in Unrest, for example. They came to find me. They're like, okay, he's killing the first floor near the front door. So he's probably, 15 to 20. And then they go hop on a twink character that's in the vicinity, maybe even in that zone already. And then they come to gank you. So if you see someone come in and then they disappear real quick, you should bail, log, or zone, because they're coming back for you. Alright, so here we are at the Giant Fort. We got greenwoods and evergreens, and if I remember correctly, the green ones are the ones we want. Now, I want this guy to move. There we go. I don't want to start the fight without being totally prepared, because these are hard fights, but I can show you my little camp here, which you could see also on the previous videos of this series. But this hill, there is a patrol that goes like right across the part of the hill right here. But it's not a problem for us. Oh, that water is loud. I'm going to turn that down. In fact, I'm going to turn it off. There we go. So, but if you sit right here, you don't get aggro. Let me pause for a second. Family interference. As you can see, there's the patrol that comes pretty close. And then he goes out. It'd be nice to fight him right now, but I want to make sure we got full up everything. But he's pretty much like the first mob we have to kill, because he's just so close. I mean, if that other guy comes down here again, I can pull him first. That is viable, but I gotta fight like right here, you know, and make sure that that lip, make sure he's up here with me. And the problem is, he is going to run at some point, and we need them to run. Because we're going to be so low on mana and HP that we can't be rooting him and continuing to face tank him. These guys are beasts. So, yeah, it's best to pull that one we just saw walk by first. But obviously, he's not going to be here so soon. So we'll figure it out. Anyway, I just rebuffed my bravery and spirit armor. And it's been so long, but I think I'm ready. Now the nukes I've got up are Smite. That's my level 14 nuke. And then Fuhrer, which is a really small one. I think that's my level 4 nuke. Let me take another look here. Fuhrer is my level 5 nuke. It does 16 to 19 damage. Whereas Smite, level 14, does 74 to 83. At level 29, we get Wrath, which does 198 to 218. It's a huge jump. That'll be really nice. But I think we have time, so we're gonna try to do this. Hopefully I do it right. Boom. Alright, there's a smite. Let him come up to us. Now I've got a nice club that can proc a combat buff. We can try to do some tanking, face tanking and hitting. But we're definitely going to be relying on the nukes. Yeah, see, when he starts to hit us, it hurts. Hurts a lot. See, he's starting to kick our asses, so... I forget how I used to do this. Did I used to root and nuke? I think I did. I think I root and nuked a lot more. I'm not doing it so well right now. Well, that's not bad. Let's see if we can't get a tick of mana regen. There we go. Okay, we're doing alright. We're doing alright. Root's holding. Gosh, this is kind of tough without, like, the percentages and stuff. But as you can see, like, one more nuke. And we got him on the run. But we're going to be low on mana, that's for sure. See, there he goes. And he's... Oh, no! Okay, we got him rooted. We cannot walk through the wall, though. We've got to finish him off. There we go. We got him. Oh, he was over there? Why did I see him go through the wall? Interesting. Evergreen Ivy Ringband. Wow! AC3 Stamina +1. I'll take that. Oh, I already have it. Okay. I must have seen a lot of those and I just forgot. So look, we're completely out of mana. If I had known he was just down there, I probably would have given chase and tried to beat him down with my club. Save myself that extra nuke. Save myself some time. But XP went up. Why am I not... I feel like I'm not using my UI. Let's see, load UI. Oh yeah, I think I reinstalled and I no longer have Duxa available. Which is bites. I can't see exactly how much percents we're getting, but I'll be more prepared next time, guys. I'll get Duxa back up on this P99 and have my strategy hammered out. But yeah, I had a bad session where I died like twice, and like it was like back-to-back deaths, and it just really soured me, and that's why I haven't played this guy in so long. But we're on an adventure. We ran all the way here. We took the boat, and we ran through some dangerous stuff. I forget where we had to go through. Fiornavai was dangerous. Had some red, what are those spider people? They're like half spider, half like dark elf, and they're like casters and stuff, and they're like by the river. We had to run by them. It was scary. You can see it in one of my videos. But it was definitely a journey getting here, and I'm starting to wonder why I'm here. Because, you know, it's hard, and it's not undead, and we're getting our butts kicked sometimes, but I came here because of Forest Loop and because Unrest was too dangerous. It just felt like it was too dangerous, and I think I was really... Actually, I don't think it was that dangerous. I think it was relatively rare. I was hunting there for a while. It was relatively rare that someone would come by to try to kill me, and usually when they did, like I said, they would pop in and pop out, and I would know, and I'd have time to zone out to Dagner's Cauldron and camp out. One time I got chased out to Dagner's Cauldron, and I zoned out and I went as fast as I could around the bend and managed to like find this like little nook that was like down in a hole. So I'm pretty sure that guy zoned to come after me and just couldn't find me. So I got away. I think twice that happened, but I had a lot of long sessions where I never had any problems. So I should go back to Unrest. This is a really great level to be at the fireplace camp. I think that's what I was doing most recently, actually. It might have... Did I level out of it? It's possible. It's possible. But I should move up to the bar and get myself some opaline earrings. Increase my charisma. Because that's, an extra 10 charisma will get me to 100 cha, which would be very nice for lols, which we're going to need, especially when we eventually get to Lower Guck, if we ever do. I think I might end this particular series at the Spectres in the Fearot. Because the Spectres were... It was just after the Spectres that I got to level 47 off of the Spectres, and then I went to Lower Guck, and that's when I started recording Sendrith's videos, right there in Lower Guck after the Spectres. So I'm really doing this character to cover the unrecorded solo cleric gap between that I didn't record on my first Sendrith when I started recording solo cleric videos there. So he might be done at that point, but it might be fun to take him to Lower Guck and outfit him a little bit more with some adamantine epaulettes, etc., etc. So yeah, we're meting up. We're almost there, and if we have the mana, even if it's not full, if we see the patrol that we saw that first time we sat down, the one that comes right through here, and he'll walk right along that way. If we see him, we might go for it, even if we're not full mana, because he, as you can see, he doesn't come by for a good while. But yeah, this is the grind right now, guys, on this character. Welcome back to Sendrith P99 Red. Level 25, looks like 30% in. Oh, is that him? That is him, and we missed him. I could still... Yeah, I'm still tempted to try to hit him with the nuke. Let's try it. Boom! Oh, I can't see him from here, but he did go through the crack in the wall, which I think... Oh, that's not him. There's two out here? This is getting scary now. Do I break my usual safety protocols? Maybe. Maybe I do. Oh my gosh, what am I doing? What are you doing, Sendrith? No, don't do it. You don't even have full mana right now. You crazy bastard. That's right. I am a crazy bastard. Well, what we're going to do is we're going to face tank and nuke to make up the difference. In mana. That is to say, we're going to put off rooting as long as we can. There, we just procced our haste. Our little haste buff. Oh gosh, though, look at our HP. This is not looking good. We're going to push it a little bit with one more nuke, and then we're going to root. Very dangerous. Very dangerous. There, it procced again. Boom. Okay, now we're rooting. And backing off. And nuking. Please don't break root. Good. Sitting for a second. Oh! We're dead. We're done. We are done. It's over. Wait, no. We can strafe this. We can strafe this escape. Okay, that's why you stay in the camp. That's why you stay in the camp, Sendrith. See, now we got a long strafe run. So long. Oh my gosh. I don't even think I can... I can't even afford to alt-tab over to pause the recording. So I'm going to have to entertain you through this long strafe run. Oh, and I think I'm going to wrap the video up there. And I might be done with this place, to be honest. Like, this is just... The cost of making a mistake is just too high, you guys. And the benefits of being here with this tiny little nuke for living mobs, not really there, you know? Luckily, we have the NParse map and the road here. That helps too. There are other mobs that we could aggro on the way. Not everything is green. I think there are some blue goblins wandering around here. So I do keep my head on a swivel on the way out. But on this particular trip, I'm like, you know, if I come across a blue goblin, I just deserve it at this point. I'm not stopping to look back, even though I notice I do manage to put distance. I have had to do this a couple times. See, never before would I have engaged that giant outside the fort, and looking back, I wish I had just pulled him back to my little spot. Because that spot is safe. Like, those other giants might be walking around just outside, but that spot is safe. And I just got cocky. But yeah. Uh-oh. What are we dealing with here? What are you calling? Green. Green. Alright. So I'm going to zone this guy and probably camp out. I'm going to be honest. It was a fun little revisit, but I'm already frustrated. And I'm just really not invested in this character right now. I need to install Duxa UI, and I think I'm ready to take him to a new camp, but that sounds like something to do in another video. This was just kind of a brushing off the dust, you know, checking out Sendrith again. But I do, over time, plan to get him to 40 or 41 and do some specters. And that might be when I retire this Sendrith. But I do plan to get at least that far. But the best laid plans of mice and men often go astray. Is it astray or awry? I don't remember. Isn't that a John Steinbeck quote? I think so. So we're coming up around this like peninsula mountain thing. We're about to be able to round it. Now this being Kunark, we should be able to find some decent undead spots, even though we're only level 25. So I'm going to do some research, and we're going to see if we can't find somewhere nearby without having to go all the way back to our continent, where we can do some more interesting soloing. Oh god, he's right there. He's right there. And it wouldn't take much to finish me off. I really cannot afford another look. No more unnecessary risks. So we got 34 plat and gold. That's nice. It's hard to come by money in this. You're always soloing. You're never trading. And anything you want to pick up gear-wise, you're paying for at the vendor, which means you're paying full price. Wow, that's we only got one kill, and then we had to do this again. And you see how long this run is, so you can understand why I was getting frustrated with this camp. That was my own impatience right there that caused that particular need for zonage. But how patient can you be, you know? I think that might be a blue. Gotta be careful. I think we're far enough, though. I know there's one goblin that would aggro me somewhere in these woods. Okay, we made it to the zone. I'm curious if it's even gonna zone successfully. So I picked quite the dangerous task. Can you believe I went through level 24 here? You saw how close that first fight was, even at level 25. Even that second one, like we were gonna win it. Another nuke. He would run. I could probably do 2 more nukes and finish him off, or I can melee him down. But you can imagine last level, more resists, uh, taking more hits, giving less hits in melee combat. So it is a tough camp, that's for sure. And look at this. Look at the load times on this server, you guys. I mean, you can't blame me for falling in love with Corm, can you? So anyway, I've only got a very limited time to play each night, like an hour to an hour and a half, and I don't want to spend another 10 minutes of it looking at the zone screen. So I'm going to shut this video down here. Sorry I can't do a nice exit with a waving goodbye and whatnot, but I'm going to take a little time and think about where's the next place that we can go. I know in the Field of Bone, there's like an underwater place somewhere where there's mobs that are a certain level. We might be at the right level for that. We might be too high or too low. But I know people like to go there and solo as like necros and shamans and monks, Ixars. Um, so I'm going to see if that's within our level range. I'm going to check out the wiki. And if it is, maybe that's the next spot we'll go at, because we're just zoning into the Field of Bone now. Well, trying to, anyway. And yeah, we'll pick this up again. We'll do another interesting camp. Have some fun. Anyway, in the meantime, see you guys next time.